Last week, we looked at some of the pragmatic considerations when choosing a typeface. But a typeface's suitability for a particular use isn't determined by its functionality or its characteristics, but also by its connotative meaning. No typeface is a neutral transmitter of content. All typefaces carry associations, whether explicit or implicit, and typefaces tell stories, and those stories are often very complex and multi-layered. Take, for example, the typeface Feta Fraktur. It was designed by a German in the 19th century to reference handwriting style of the Renaissance. But in the 20th century, it became associated with Nazism, and after the war, people stopped using it altogether for this reason. It was then readopted by urban street artists as a style in Los Angeles in the late 2000s. Or take the typeface Neuland. It was designed by another German in 1923. Neuland was intended to reflect the ideas of the Art Deco style, but in America it became associated extremely problematically with stereotypical depictions of so-called African and African American aesthetics. There's also Helvetica. This is a typeface designed in the 1950s with a valid intention of being neutral, but which ironically has become a loaded signifier of American corporate culture, and it's a flashpoint for debate amongst many designers. As typographers, it's our job to be aware of and be able to sensitively leverage these stories as we choose and use and enhance the nuanced meanings within our design. To become truly fluent in typographic connotation takes time and experience, but the best practice is to start by looking at the history of type. Type has been around since the 1450s and has a much longer history than we can cover just in this class. So in this unit, we're going to focus on 6 short case studies of influential typefaces. Through these case studies, you're going to get a rough outline of the history of type and a sense of how typefaces have been shaped by and have become expressive of different cultural ideas.